Welcome, guys, to the Sci-Fi Nexus space station. What would happen if one day you stepped into a tropical jungle or a desolate, snow-covered region, and the only thing you heard was a bizarre click echoing from the absolute void, accompanied by a blur bending the light right before your eyes? You cannot see him with the naked eye, but he is watching you through the thermal spectrum, locking his target with 3 glowing red laser dots right in the middle of your forehead. In the world of sci-fi cinema, there is a race of creatures that does not invade the universe for resources, nor destroy planets for power, but journeys across the galaxies for a single purpose: to hunt. They are by no means mindless, bloodthirsty monsters, but the Yautja, a proud race of alien hunters carrying a strict code of honor alongside advanced weapons, capable of tearing any prey apart. Have you ever wondered where the true origin of this invisible entity comes from? How insanely powerful their biology is? And if we placed all the predator variants that have ever appeared on the big screen into a battle to the death, who would be the ultimate hunter standing at the absolute peak? Today, let's open up the entire dark, epic dossier on the Yautja race to decode all of their power, culture, and bloody journey. Fasten your seatbelts, fully charge your reactor cores, and brace yourselves to step into a breathtaking hunt right now. To continue this epic dossier, we will travel back through time and space to the edge of the universe to unearth the background of planet Yautja Prime. This is the ancestral homeland of the alien hunters, a brutal world scorched day and night by 2 blazing suns. The surface of this planet is riddled with continuously erupting volcanoes, churning rivers of lava, and especially the presence of bizarre, highly dangerous creatures, some of the worst in the galaxy. It is this cruel environment, where the boundary between life and death is just a breath away, that forged the resilient survival will, savage hunting instincts, and superhuman physique of the Yautja race since the dawn of their civilization. Speaking deeper about the superior body structure of this race, a mature Yautja possesses biological traits that completely outclass humanity, turning them into literal biological war machines. The average height of a warrior ranges from 2 meters to over 2.5 meters, accompanied by a weight that easily exceeds 200 kilograms. All of that massive weight is not excess fat, but pure muscle with dense tissue density, giving them horrifying physical strength, capable of smashing concrete or going hand-to-hand with cosmic beasts. Wrapping around that colossal body is a rough, thick reptilian hide, capable of withstanding high heat and resisting shallow physical attacks to some extent. Most uniquely, the blood flowing in the Yautja's veins is a distinctive luminescent phosphor green, a special chemical compound that grants them hyper-fast cellular regeneration, closing fatal wounds in a short time, and partially resisting toxicity or high-concentration acid. However, what strikes absolute terror into anyone who accidentally encounters them is their inherently nightmarish face. The most bizarre feature on a predator's face is a mouth structure that lacks the lips found in mammals. Instead, it features 4 mobile appendages, also known as mandibles, surrounding a cave of razor-sharp teeth. These 4 mandibles constantly twitch and serve as a biological expressive weapon, used by them to let out ear-piercing roars to deter enemies, assert dominance, or signal extreme emotional states like anger, hatred, and exhilaration upon finding a worthy prey. Alongside their physical advantages, the Yautja bear two fatal weaknesses regarding vision and quantum respiration, forcing them to rely on technology. Their natural eyes possess a very specific retinal structure that can only capture the thermal spectrum, meaning they only see the world in the infrared red of heat-emitting objects. If the prey camouflages themselves by smearing cold mud over their bodies, the predator becomes completely blind to their direction. Additionally, Earth's atmosphere does not contain enough of the necessary compounds for their respiratory system, making it difficult for them to breathe if they stay too long. For these two harsh biological reasons, the biochemical biomask is an inseparable item, a life or death shield that helps them switch between multiple quantum vision modes and filter breathable air, turning a natural weakness into the ultimate, unique hunting advantage. When diving deep into the social structure of the Yautja race, we realize a classic truth. They do not operate based on conventional political institutions or monetary power. For these alien warriors, hunting is not an instinctive activity for survival, nor is it a leisurely pastime for entertainment. It has been elevated into a religion, a supreme and most sacred faith. In that warrior tribal society, hunting skills and collecteds are the sole, most absolute metrics to determine an individual's worth, honor, and status in the community. Anyone who does not know how to hunt or drops out of this deadly race will be viewed as trash, voiceless, and completely pushed to the margins of civilization. Yet, what makes the predator a respected sci-fi icon rather than a mindless, bloodthirsty monster is the fact that they possess a great code of honor enforced by fairness so strict it borders on the extreme. The Yautja absolutely never harm the elderly, young children, the severely ill, or pregnant women, because defeating such weak opponents is an insult that brings zero honor to a true hunter. If the prey lacks ranged weapons or chooses close quarters combat, a true predator is willing to turn off its cloaking device and remove the devastating plasma shoulder cannon to plunge into a fair, face-to-face melee match using wrist blades or a spear. They respect brave warriors of other races, and if a prey can defeat them in a fair fight, they are willing to spare their life, even gifting treasure weapons to honor their opponent. This faith and strict code have created a highly rigid and clear hierarchy within Yautja society. Starting from the bottom is the unblooded class, young apprentice hunters who have yet to achieve a single accolade. To be recognized and promoted to blooded, the title of a true warrior, they must undergo brutal life or death rituals, usually requiring them to single-handedly take down a ferocious xenomorph. Standing above them are the elites, seasoned hunters who have endured hundreds of cross-planetary battles and possess master assassination skills. The most noble are the elders or ancients, supreme tribal leaders who have survived for millennia, possessing profound wisdom and absolute authority to govern the clans. However, this society also harbors a dark side known as bad blood, corrupted, maddened individuals who violate the honor code to slaughter indiscriminately or use cheating technology. These individuals are stripped of all titles and become targets hunted down to the absolute ends of the universe by the Yautja race itself. To mark these bloody journeys, each Yautja, after taking down a worthy prey, performs a gruesome trophy legacy. They have a custom of skinning their prey and hanging them upside down, or more classically, using their physical strength to rip out the skull, along with the victim's entire spinal cord while it is still warm. These skulls are then cleaned using acid technology, turning into priceless honor trophies for the hunter to wear or proudly display in the trophy room on their spaceships. That is not just proof of bravery, but a symbol of supreme power, a resounding declaration of the apex predator's status before the entire multiverse. Parallel to their wild hunting prowess and extraordinary physique, the Yautja race spreads terror across the galaxies. Thanks to possessing an advanced arsenal and a time-transcending travel technology tens of thousands of years ahead of Earth. Starting this line of high-value sci-fi tech is the biomask, an inseparable item for every warrior going into battle, not only playing a role in protecting their nightmarish face from physical attacks. This mask is actually a super advanced quantum analyzer. It breaks through the Yautja's natural infrared vision weakness, allowing them to freely switch between multiple vision modes to detect prey, from scanning body heat and seeing in the dark to locating electromagnetic waves or even detecting the hidden acid blood of enemies. This device also features automatic target locking, long-range environment recording, and the ability to mimic the prey's exact voice with an eerie tone to disorient and drive the victim into a dark trap. Stepping out of the shadows to execute classic assassinations is made possible by the cloaking device integrated into the shoulder armor. This technology operates by bending light around the hunter's body, rendering them virtually invisible and blending them completely into the surroundings, leaving only a faint refraction blur when moving at high speeds. However, this camouflage magic carries a fatal weakness, a severe fear of water. Just a rain shower, a step into a swamp, or an area with excessive humidity will immediately disrupt the circuitry, causing a short circuit and exposing the colossal machine right in front of the prey's gun barrel. Once the target is locked down, the Yautja unleashes devastating destruction from the plasma caster, their most terrifying ranged weapon. This energy cannon operates in total synchronization with the 3-dot red laser tracking system on the mask, automatically tracking the hunter's line of sight and firing high-energy plasma bolts with horrifying destructive force, enough to tear through armored vehicles or blow away a special forces squad in an instant. When it is necessary to engage in duels to accumulate honor, the Predator switches to a rugged melee arsenal, including a set of razor-sharp wrist blades attached to the wrist that can pierce steel, the combistic spear made of cosmic alloy capable of miraculous retraction, and the smart disc, a homing flying disc that cuts smoothly through any obstacle before returning to its owner's hand. Finally, the pinnacle of the Yautja race's resilient warrior spirit is crystallized in the ultimate self-destruct system attached to the left wrist. This is actually a small-scale nuclear bomb possessing an extremely wide blast radius. When a hunter warrior is backed into a corner, fatally wounded, or suffers a humiliating defeat by the prey. They will actively trigger this countdown system, roaring maniacally while laughing scornfully. The resulting quantum explosion completely erases all traces of advanced technology, so it won't fall into the hands of other races, while dragging the enemy down to die together in a sea of fire. It is a resounding declaration of an unyielding spirit that chooses a glorious death and self-immolation in glory over submitting or facing humiliation before any force in the universe. Now, prepare yourselves to enter the most dramatic chapter of this epic dossier, where we will identify and weigh the power through a ranking of the 5 most badass, impressive Predator variants to ever sweep across the big screen. Each hunter appearing in cinematic history brings a distinct combat identity, from original guerrilla tactics to the most crazed, genetically mutated entities. Starting the list at number 5 is the City Hunter, the arrogant urban hunter appearing in the 1990 film Predator 2. Unlike his predecessor, who preferred lurking deep in the jungle, this young Yautja chose the suffocating concrete jungle of Los Angeles, which was submerged in a bloody war between mafia cartels. The City Hunter's journey is a series of horrifying massacres as he turns both notorious crime bosses and special police forces into prey in his hunting game, possessing a diverse arsenal that was highly advanced for its time, such as flesh-tightening net guns, smart discs, or ranged spears. This guy's fatal weakness lay in his baseless arrogance and complacency. It was this excessive hubris that cost him his life when police detective Mike Harrigan, a mortal of flesh and bone, cornered him and took him down using his own smart disk right inside the spaceship hidden underground. Ranking at number 4 is none other than the Jungle Hunter, the original legend appearing in the first 1987 film. This is the very entity that laid the foundation, sparking the nightmare named Predator in the hearts of millions of global viewers. With his hunting journey in the tropical jungles of Central America, this hunter sowed absolute terror, crushing the fighting spirit of one of America's most elite special forces teams, led by superstar Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, Dutch. The Jungle Hunter did not need an overly bulky arsenal. He was the ultimate master of dark guerrilla warfare, utilizing his superior cloaking device to blend into the canopy, patiently stalking and snapping the necks of each target coldly. His terror lay in his apex hunting mindset, turning an army packed with guns into panicking beasts in the dark, only succumbing to a crude wooden mechanical trap and Dutch's resilient will to survive. Rising to number 3 is the feral predator, the wild hunter, appearing in the 2022 film Prey. This is an ancient version, traveling to Earth in the 18th century, bearing a somewhat different, evolved biological structure, with an elongated skull and a creepier face. The feral predator's journey across the North American plains is a resounding affirmation of primal dark instincts. The unique aspect of this guy is that he completely discards the familiar destructive plasma shoulder cannon. Instead, he relies on a burly, muscular physique alongside an incredibly brutal, bloodthirsty, and direct melee style, using crude yet lethal mechanical weapons like a shield, targeting arrows, and massive wrist blades. He sweeps through Comanche warrior tribes and white fur trappers like a dark hurricane, shredding all obstacles with pure, overwhelming physical strength. Securing the runner-up spot at number 2 is the Scar Predator, the brave young warrior in the classic 2004 crossover film Alien vs. Predator. Regarding his origin, Scar, alongside 2 teammates, traveled to an ancient pyramid located deep beneath the thick ice of Antarctica to perform their clan's coming-of-age ritual. Scar's strength and mettle were proven when he was the sole surviving hunter, single-handedly navigating the brutal paradox of the trap-filled battlefield, personally slaying dozens of ferocious xenomorphs and using their acid blood to carve the warrior symbol onto his forehead. The greatest achievement defining Scar was his cool head and superior tactical mindset, as he was willing to cast aside hatred to form a historic, unprecedented alliance with human guide Lex Woods, fighting together to destroy the massive alien queen to protect Earth, ultimately sacrificing himself gloriously to protect his warrior honor. And the absolute champions, the ultimate entities standing at the pinnacle of hunter power, are the Wolf Predator from Aliens vs. Predator, Requiem, and the Upgrade Predator from the Predator. While the Wolf Predator is a seasoned elder, a veteran professional assassin possessing dual shoulder cannons, a whip made from an alien tail, and a genius brain dedicated to cleaning up planetary-level biological disasters, the Upgrade Predator is a brutally mutated monster of the highest order. This upgrade line was crossbred with genes from the strongest creatures in the universe, possessing a massive height of up to 3 meters and a super-thick natural armored hide capable of withstanding gunfire and resisting high-concentration acid without needing armor. The raw, brutal power of this mutated line can choke and tear apart any predecessor with just one hand. The combination of Wolf's ultimate hunting experience and upgrades, limit-bending biotechnology, turns this #1 spot into absolute terror, a proud wall dominating the entire world of the Yautja race on the big screen. The dossier on the Yautja race has shown us a highly classic perspective on an outer space warrior civilization where advanced technology does not erase the wild instincts of apex predators. In particular, the millennial blood feud between the Yautja and xenomorphs remains an immortal monument, as the aliens' acid blood is the most perfect fuel to test the bravery and resilience of the predators. This historic confrontation is not just a battle for survival between 2 highly evolved entities, but has become a culture, a mandatory life-risking ritual for each alien hunter to prove their unique worth before the entire universe. What do you guys think about the ranking of today's deadly hunter race? Does the seasoned wolf predator or the genetically mutated upgrade entity deserve to stand on the ultimate throne? Or are you more impressed by the brutal, bloodthirsty melee style of the ancient feral? Leave your opinions, conspiracy theories, and your own rankings right below in the comments section so we can discuss and dig deeper together. Guys, please give me a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to continue journeying with Sci-Fi Nexus. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos.